Welcome to Fascia Masters Q&A with D&Q, episode 16. How does block therapy benefit colds?
Hi there, my name is Deanna Hansen. I'm a certified athletic therapist and the founder of Fluid Isometrics and Block Therapy.
And my name is Quinn Castelline. I'm the VP of Block Therapy and the lead block therapist.
We all know what it feels like to have a cold. We've all had probably multiple colds throughout our lifetime, and they can vary in symptoms. It can be a runny, stuffy nose, it can be congestion in the lungs, it can be sore throat. There's a variety of ways that a cold will present. But at the end of the day, what we want to do is work on our immune system to help the body get rid of the cold. And what we need to understand is that what the body naturally does when we have a cold is help to pull the virus, the infection out through mucus production, through coughing, through expelling all of that waste. So one of the things that we definitely don't want to do is push those cold symptoms back in. And unfortunately, a lot of the medications out there, that's what they do.
Right.
And you know, it's a challenge. If you've got a runny nose and you've got to go to work and present something, you know, that
want to
can
mask
be,
it.
You do, but you're just really slowing the process of healing down.
Right.
And by pushing that back into the body, it can manifest later as something more serious. So what we are here to share with you today is how to manage the process of releasing the symptoms more efficiently. So I loved it because one of the very first classes you took, you actually had a cold. So share your experience.
Yeah, I had chronic bronchitis. It was diagnosed chronic bronchitis for about 2 to 3 months, all throughout summer. And then right as the school year was approaching, Deanna started teaching the classes. So it was probably within my first 3 classes I attended, and we were on the sternum position. And I was asking Deanna about the cold. I'm like, man, I can't stop coughing. I'm in class and I'm having these cough attacks. I don't know what to, I had to leave class. It was really bad. I've never had anything like that. And I was on these fancy puffers, like a steroid puffer as well. I didn't even know what that did in the moment. But when I went to the class, we were working around the rib cage, but it was specific the sternum position. Deanna was telling me to exhale fully, and I always took everything to the extreme. So I was exhaling until I couldn't exhale anymore, and I was wringing out my core, and I could hear the wheezing. I know it sounds gross, but you hear the wheezing, and then I would exhale until the wheezing went away. So we're in that position for 3 to 5 minutes, and then when I got out of that position, I thought in that moment my cold and the bronchitis was gone. The wheezing was gone. I was breathing clean and there was no coughing. So I went to bed, woke up the next day. It was just a little bit there. So I did that sternum position again because I had a block at the time. And 5 minutes, I got up, coughed it out, and it was gone. I was blown away. So I'm calling or messaging Deanna at this point. I'm like, it's gone. How is this even possible? My puffers, I don't need them anymore. How, explain to me how this happened, because I couldn't believe it. But yeah, and we hear that all the time from other instructors experiencing that with their students, or just other people reaching out to us, letting us know that, yeah, it helps with their coughs. It pushes the garbage out that's trapped within.
And you know, that's just it. I had a really serious coughing cold. That was my major symptom back in the spring. And, you know, I tend to let things, naturally go through their process. And it was quite amazing because the coughing was really profound, but because I was actually on a holiday when this happened. So, I didn't have to worry about working or being in front of a camera. I was basically on a driving trip. So I was in a car lot, and it was pretty gross because everything was leaving me in the car, but nonetheless, the coughing was incredible. The amount of stuff it pushed out from my lungs, the core workout I got. Honestly, I don't think my core has ever been as toned as after that process.
Oh yeah.
And if you think about it, we've mentioned many times referring to weight loss, that in 2014 they did a study that proved that 84% of weight loss comes through exhalation, through proper exhalation. And when you are coughing, that's what's happening. Your body is going through this forceful exhalation because it knows what it needs to do to clean itself. So we have to really come to the understanding that the body is ingenious in its design, and the body knows how to handle sickness, injury. What we need to do is support the natural process that the body goes through. Right. And yeah, sometimes that requires rest in bed, because that's what happens. We need to, when we rest, we heal most effectively.
Yeah.
So it's being gracious to yourself in those moments, as opposed to saying, you know what, I'm gonna beat through this and I'm gonna go to work anyway. You know, like, that's not how we should be looking at our bodies. We need to be kind to ourselves. And when our body is smart enough to go through a healing crisis, whether you call it a cold or a healing crisis, it's all kind of the same thing. Stuff is coming up and leaving. We want to assist that, because once you get to the other side of that, you're in a much healthier state for it. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, I think that's great. I think we pretty well said what we needed to say, and I hope that makes a lot of sense for you guys. But yeah, if you guys have any more questions or just want to learn more about us and block therapy, visit unblockyourbody.com. I'll just have the link down at the bottom of the screen here. Other than that, if you guys have questions that you want Deanna and I to specifically answer for you, please use the hashtag AskBlockTherapy on any social media platform. You can email us info@fluidisometrics.com, or you can go to our website and submit a question directly through there. Until then, we'll see you guys next week.
Breathe and believe.